I think when you're setting a goal for money, like I think the first goal everyone sets is 100 grand. I want to make 100 grand. And when you haven't made 100 grand, it's such a big number and it doesn't seem possible. You're like, how the fuck am I going to do that? And then you do it. And then it's like, I do in a month now what I used to want to do in a whole year. And so as I've continued to progress, what I've realized with money is, one, I can flow it to me if like a lot of it is a thinking it's possible, but also setting a new standard is just like, hey, this is what we generate per month. Like this is our new standard. And then, you might not hit it for a little while, but then you hit it once and it's like, okay, this is real. And then you hit it again and again. And I think for me, I think we get in our own way with doubting that it could be real with being able to make the next level of money. You have to be doing the work and finding the deals and doing all that shit too. But I really think we get in our own way of thinking what's possible more than actually making the money is hard. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was talking the other day, same thing. I was like, I remember struggling to even eat and get money for food, to where now
Yeah.
it's just like I think a little bit harder and more money comes.
Yeah.
Right. Or like it's just a different, I know no matter what, I'll never be broke again. It's two completely different mindsets, to where like I can go create something or go think of something and I make money. As to where beforehand, bro, like $100,000 a year, I thought I was gonna be filthy rich, and that was a push.
Then you make it and you realize it ain't shit.
It ain't shit. It
The more,
ain't
the
shit.
more I make, the more I realize how small it is. Another thing too, though, when it comes to, there's a mindset of money, but I think it's really important to put yourself around where money is happening. So like joining a mastermind group or hanging around like the environment that you're in, if it's a normal thing for guys to be making $500,000 or $1 million a year, and that's just normal. That's what it is, and you're hanging out and being in that environment, then it becomes more real. And I think the more that you accept that it's a reality, that's when it will actually start happening. I mean, obviously, you have to be doing the work and growing your skill set and all of that shit too. But the more that I invest that investing in yourself too, like the more that I invest in myself, not only time but money. Like I remember when I joined Arte Syndicate a few years ago, it was 65 G's one-time payment or $6,000 a month, which is $72,000 a year. And the first year I applied for it, I got accepted, and then I saw the price tag and I pussed out.
No way.
I couldn't do it. And then I went to they had like a live event, an Arte Live in St. Louis, and it was open to the public. And I went to that event, and it was a great 2-day event, but the whole time I was pissed. And I'm like, I've been fucking missing out on this level of shit for a year because I didn't have the balls to just man up and write a fucking check, or put it on a credit card. So then when they opened up applications for the next year for Arte Syndicate, I applied, and I didn't think they were going to let me in because I didn't do it the first year. And then they accepted me again. So there I was again in the same position, except it was more expensive that time. That was the $65,000 one-time payment or $6,000 a month. And I sat there, dude, for probably 20 minutes, and I had to grab my fucking balls and swipe the card, dude, and did it. So I went the $6,000 a month route, and that was in 2000. That would have been 2018, I think. 19, yeah, 2018. And that was a huge, huge, huge stretch for me at the time. And it's the best investment I've ever made because it put me, like when I did that, like, I mean, it wasn't immediately, but being willing to put down that kind of money and invest in myself, it's like a law of energy, man, and attraction. Like it was like, okay. It was like giving myself permission in its own way.